G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to War Thunder with Mags, and welcome aboard the Beaufighter 6C. Today is a live comms match because I just felt like turning on the microphone and having a chat with you guys while I am flying. And this was an awful surprise. We are flying out on alternate history Berlin, summer 1945 this time, and I spawned in with an air spawn, which definitely caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting that. So, anyways, we are in the Beaufighter, heavily armed, extremely manoeuvrable for a heavy fighter, not as manoeuvrable as it once was, sadly, but, you know, all good things must come to an end, but it still does have a phenomenal amount of firepower with 420mm cannons mounted down the nose. Anything that is dumb enough to get in front of this aircraft generally dies. And I better turn my WEP off here, I'm overheating my engines. Engine management is really easy on this plane. You just run the WEP until you start seeing red, and as soon as you turn it off, it cools down within a couple of seconds. Beautiful aircraft overall. Oh, we got a PBJ down there. 2 Halifax high. Haven't had a good look at the Halifax yet. Clearly I haven't unlocked anything else this patch, because this is the day that I decided to come back that I am playing this one. Or more to the point, the day that you decided that I would be coming back. Skyboys, TBF, 3 Halifax. Are these things good or something? Do I really need to be looking at the Halifax XP55? You've also been an Ascender floating around. F6F and a Spitfire. Turn off the WEP again. Just let it quickly cool down. A few seconds longer this time, but nothing major. And power back on. So, 10,300 feet. We are very gently climbing. I'm not worried about high altitude. The Beaufighter, once it engages, cannot maintain altitude, and it performs better at low altitudes anyway. So you want a little bit of altitude at the start of a fight, get the thing up in the air, engage the fighters, and then drop altitude to the deck. And if all goes to plan, you should take the enemy team down with you. Once you've got them down on the deck, that's where you perform best. And this thing will almost turn with the 109E4 once you get it down on the deck, or at least it should be able to, unless something really, really horrible has actually happened to the flight model. Alright, and I'm a little... oh, there we go. P3. It's Battle of the Bombers or something at the moment. We have 3 Halifax, and the first Russian plane we see is a P3. Ah, Yak 3. Now I feel better. I figured there'd be one of those around somewhere. Now, this is an odd plane for me. This is one of the few that I would half recommend... oh, hang on. We got a P39. That looks far more fun. Let's tip ourselves upside down and let's tip her in. .92, let's speed up, 470, still accelerating. We'll hit 500 in just a moment and take our shots. And there we go, first kill of the match. Nice and easy. Didn't even see it coming. Actually, he didn't even maneuver at all. Either he was completely blind, or he was AFK, which is a bad idea. This map isn't that big. Yak 3, P3, LA5, LA5, P63. That is a nasty, nasty, nasty mix of fighters all grouped together there at the moment. Well, we're back up to 10,000 feet again, so I'll start bringing it around slowly. The Yak 3s more than anything else are what concerned me. Because I definitely cannot outmaneuver those things. No matter what tricks I try and pull in this aircraft, I will not outmaneuver a Yak 3. LA5s, you would be surprised. P63s, much the same. I-153, that'll be an I-153P. That I will never outmaneuver. So, as I was saying, this is an odd plane for me, because this is one of those planes where I would half recommend a head-on, but at the same time, I don't recommend a head-on. It's one of those... yeah. The main issue is 420mm cannons in the front is a hell of a lot of firepower to aim at an opposing aircraft. However, the cockpit hitbox for the pilot is the entire front of the aircraft, so all they have to do is aim between your engine nacelles and pull the trigger, and they will pilot snipe you every single time in this plane. Anybody with even the slightest amount of competence can deal with this very, very easily. Not quite, not quite. Alright. I'm going to do this. Pop flaps, retract. Go to 87. No, I'm not going to do this. He's going to tip it over before I even complete that roll. So I'm going to nose over, let the tail gunner distract him, and then turn it back in. We'll come off WEP. Let's open a big enough gap as he brings it around this way. As we drop below 50, we'll activate the flaps.
Need cover.
There we go. Dealt with.
Somebody cover me.
Retract flaps, and we have an IL-2 at low altitude. Well, I can't resist an IL-2 at low alt. We'll hold alt for the moment, just let it pass overhead. Or underneath, I should say. We will pass overhead, tip it over, back off on the WEP. IL-2M, pretty sure that's got a tail gunner, not that it will make a lick of difference to a Beaufighter. He is going to try and maneuver, and that is just not going to matter. Ooh, he took a lot of rounds, but he is out of the game as well, so that is our third kill. And I think we're starting to gain people's attention here, so it's probably time we open up a little bit of distance on the enemy team, so we can reposition ourselves for the next engagement. I wouldn't mind picking up a little bit of altitude as well at this point. 1, 2, 3 LA5s, P63 and a PE3. The PE3 can remain. We have another LA5, but there's 4 LA5s. This is actually an unusually large number of LA5s. They've always been a bit popular, but this many in a match at once, I don't recall this. I'm actually starting to wonder whether or not these guys have actually had a flight model change or something since last patch. That's usually why you see a large amount of spam. Alright, Alpha Bean. Alpha Bean, you are going to be next, I think, unless somebody else presents themselves. Well, unless that XP55 gets you first, which is very, very possible. No, it looks like he might continue through. Looks like the LA5 just actually caused him to overshoot there. Oh, but he took out the P63, so that's okay. That takes out a 37mm cannon. And the PE3 just went down, so that means there is just 3 LA5s left at this point. And the Halifax is still up. I'm impressed. I am actually impressed that it's managed to keep up this long. Although, at that angle, I don't think that's going to stay that way for long. Alright, so we're going to deal with this LA5 first, because he's going to come head on. We got a hit, and nothing more, unfortunately. Second LA5 looks like it's trying to engage.
Returning to the base. Heading to the base.
Actually, I'm not entirely sure what that LA5 is trying to do.
Heading to the base.
Let's throttle back up from 46. We're going too fast to go to flaps at the moment, which is really annoying. I really don't want to do that. We need to unwind this LA5's and we are being engaged by a second LA5. Alright, so we're going to twist it in and kill the engines. Roll it over. That caused an overshoot. We'll take it back to maximum if we can get the guns around fast enough. Nope, we're not gonna. Unfortunate, but it happens. Where's the second LA5? What's the second one?
Heading to the base.
So I've got ammo, so let's try some sneaky shots. And we get a hit. That got his attention. This is risky, but it will definitely kill my speed, so I can now go to flaps. And that hopefully has killed a lot of the LA5 speed as well. He will be surprised at how well this thing will turn at this point. Ah, I missed the shot. Damn it. Alright, turn back in hard, and we are going to go to WEP at the moment. Ah, Spitfire got him. Oh, no matter then. Where did the rest of the team go? Oh, here's it. Okay, fair enough. There we go. That is the end of the match. and I get a kill assist. That's nice. So, results for the match. First place for the team with 1 assist and 3 kills. We got Fighter Rescuer, Avenger, Shadow Strike Streak X3, Terror of the Sky, Balancer, Bulletproof, and On Hand. 30,260 Silver Lions, which would have been 45,390 if we had a premium account. And that took a massive chunk out of the Halifax. With how well the Halifax survived, I'm actually reasonably interested in this plane now, which is something because I wasn't before that. So, overall, not a hugely impressive match, just a nice introduction back into the game after nearly 5 weeks away from it. I am a little bit rusty. I noticed I wasn't quite as sharp as I normally am when I'm flying, which is a bit strange to be perfectly honest. But hey, relearning is part of the fun, right? Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.